Hey guys, Doc. So today we're going to put out Humichar. I'm going to test out the toe behind spreader that I got. A lot of people have been asking about it. And I'm also going to talk about my number one pick for a lawn spreader this year. Larger hopper, it's the Pro model. I already did a video on it. Man, I love that thing. It's a great spreader. If you need a lawn spreader, you need to look at that spreader. I absolutely love that thing. So let me do three things. I'm going to explain Humichar real quick, why we're putting it down. I'll talk about the two spreaders. First, before I begin, of course, in the description below, there's one link. And everything I'm talking about, I'm going to talk about products, I'm going to talk about a video you need to watch, I'm going to talk about a bunch of stuff. You click on that link, it takes you to our website, and you can see everything there. We put it all together on one page along with this video. Gabe's video. I've told you guys time and time again, if you want to change your life, take 1 hour out of your life, watch Gabe's video that I'll put on that page, and you will understand why monocultures are destroying our soils. Well, what is our lawn? Our lawn is a monoculture. In other words, we only grow one species. We grow X grass. We don't grow weeds, we don't grow multiples. So the only way for us to improve our monoculture lawn is to do it sort of artificially. So what we're doing is we add Humichar. As Gabe says, carbon is the lifeblood of soils. We're adding biochar and humic acid through Humichar. We can put it down as often as we want, and we're adding carbon that'll stay there for hundreds of years and allow us to use less and less fertilizers. So that's why we're adding the Humichar. You can put it down anytime, as much as you want. The other thing we'll be doing to sort of replicate what Gabe is talking about is in the summertime, we'll be putting down cheap organic material, whether it's crushed soybean or chicken feed. We'll be putting down that natural organic material, allowing it to break down. And let me tell you what, eventually you'll use less and less fertilizers. And the great thing about the organic stuff is in the summertime, there's no way it can burn your lawn. There's no way. It's never going to burn your lawn. So that's where we're heading with this. So what led me to the toe behind spreader is I'm 58 years old, I take care of 4 lawns, and I don't need to be doing that much walking, even though I have help. I want to be able to go out every single week and put down product. So I got the toe behind spreader because the chicken feed, we have to put huge bags out. Humichar is a big bag, so I got the toe behind spreader so I could do that. I'll test it out. I will tell you now that for specific treatments that require really monitored spreading results, like fertilizers, pre-emergence, and those things that you really want to be careful with, I really think the Pro model spreader that I did a review on earlier this year, that's the way to go for most people. I don't think most people need this toe behind spreader after using it. If you had a huge 3-acre lawn, yes, that would be helpful. But for the average homeowner, I really think you need to look at this Earthway Pro model that I did a full review on. Absolutely love that thing. It's my favorite spreader ever. After going through reviewing 10, 15 different spreaders, that model is my favorite. I absolutely love that thing. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And we did an assembly video for that actual spreader as well too. So today, I'll put out Humichar, I'll test out that pull behind spreader, I'll give you my thoughts on it, and then over the next couple days, hit subscribe. There's a red button here, because we're going to be doing PGF Complete fertilizer treatments. We'll be doing several different treatments. I'll put out a little bit of granular fungicide on my front, so hit subscribe so you don't miss those, and let's go. So these are my favorite 2 new toys here. The toe behind spreader here, and then my Earthway Pro spreader over there. I gotta make sure that it's on camera. I did a review on this, and I gotta tell you, that is by far my favorite spreader, and especially for what we're doing, where we're putting down larger quantities. We're putting down Humichar, we're gonna be putting down organic material. That is a fabulous spreader. The only problem with this spreader is the assembly, and I did a full assembly video on it that makes your life easier. But it's big, has pneumatic tires, it's a professional grade spreader, and it's lightweight. So I can actually pick this up and hang it up. It's nice and lightweight. The toe behind spreader. The toe behind spreader, I'm in a different situation. Number one, I'm 58 years old. I'm taking care of 4 lawns. I can't always rely on someone to be here to help me. I can't be walking this. I can't be putting all this stuff down all the time. So I'm starting to work smart, not hard. So that's why I got the tow behind. First of all, this is the spreader. This is my number 1 top pick for spreaders. It's got a huge hopper, big pneumatic wheels, great mechanical system, everything about this, and it's lightweight. So I can actually pick this up. I can actually pick this up almost with one hand. And I can hang it up. I love this spreader, by the way. I'll put a link to it in the description below. The tow behind spreader, I'll put a link to this one. And it comes with your normal hitch for your trailer with a cotter pin in it. Then what it has is this is you reach back and turn your on off, and you have your adjustment settings here. Large hopper, pretty decent pneumatic wheels. It does come with a cover if you need to use a cover if you're starting to get a little drizzle out. So that is the tow behind unit I'll be using today. This is a 40-pound bag of Humichar, and Humichar is actually light, so a 40-pound bag is a big bag of Humichar. Just so we're clear, there's no nutrients, there's nothing inside of Humichar that would limit the amount that you can put out. You can put it out with any other product, and you can put out as much as you want, as often. You can come out every week and dump a huge amount of Humichar on your lawn every single week. If you can afford it, do it, whatever. I'm just saying there's no limiting factors. But it's a big bag. Now my hole size that I've got in here is about a pinky. I can put a pinky through the slot in here. So again, the nice thing about this spreader is that I could probably get 2.5 bags of Humichar in here if I wanted to. It holds a ton of material. You can see I was over here and I'm getting particles way over here onto the pool deck. I'm putting it out fairly heavy. You can see the dispersion right here on the particles. So you can see the Humichar on the stones. So I'm putting it out at a pretty heavy rate. It's just kind of weird to have such a wide throw path. And I would have to really get used to this to feel comfortable putting down something like a fertilizer. I would not feel comfortable putting fertilizer down with this. What I do feel comfortable putting down are things where I don't have to be precise. So in other words, putting down Humichar and putting down the chicken feed or organic matter, no problem, because I can put down as much as I want. But when I'm putting down fertilizer, I'm real nitpicky about my disbursement and my placement on fertilizer. So not having that in front of me and actually seeing the path kind of freaks me out with something like a fertilizer or pre-emergent. But for large bulk treatments, I think this is great. Linda likes Humichar because she can be out here while I put it out. So again, I feel comfortable with this unit for non-chemical based dry products, Humichar, organic material, etc. I don't feel comfortable with it on an average size lawn with something like a fertilizer. The control that I'm lacking versus a push spreader. If you have 3 acres of lawn, this is a great unit to have. But if you're doing something like mine, which is like half an acre, man, the control is just not there. But I'm putting it out fairly heavy. So obviously I've got a 6 to 8 foot strip down here. So I sort of went down here, but you can see, look at what I've got here. See all these particles here? That's what I'm talking about, and they're way over. So my spreader was here, and I'm getting product way over here. It's a big path. Okay, so let me tell you what I think. I think for the average person out there, I think this is the winner by far. This is the Pro model that I have been doing the testing on this year. Fabulous spreader. Fabulous spreader. I can't say enough about it. I love this thing because it's also, for such a big spreader, it's lightweight, and I like to hang it up in my shed. I have trouble reaching over a lawnmower and hanging up a lot of my spreaders. This one is light, even though it's big. But even fine particles. Now this morning I went out and I put out some granular fungicide, and it's tiny. It's the tiniest particle that you can get. And this thing did a fabulous job with it. So I think this is more so the model for the average homeowner. The toe behind, it's such a wide pattern. I mean, it's like 8 feet one way. It's like a 16-foot spreading swath, and it's really hard when you have smaller areas. You have an 8 to 10 foot strip over here and then one by your driveway. It's kind of hard to control it. So would be a good spreader for someone that has, like I said, you have a 2, 3, 4 acre lawn and you need to put out big and you want to get it done easy. That's a good spreader to use. For the average homeowner, I don't think that that's probably a good idea. It's just too big. It's just a huge swath going through. But it will save your legs. So, if you don't want to, you got 2 or 3 acres, you got to walk. That's a good choice. This one I think is probably my choice. That's my go-to one. That's the one we'll be doing most of it with. If I need to put out, 100 pounds, 150 pounds of chicken feed or something on my lawn, I'll probably be breaking out that thing. But for the most part, for all my regular products, whether it's a pre-emergent, a fertilizer, whatever it is, I'll probably stick with this one here. Again, I love that spreader. The huge wheels, pneumatic tires on it, the control. I will give you one little tip on all these spreaders that'll make your life easier that I've noticed. So all these spreaders have some kind of locking system here, okay? So that's supposed to lock down tight, and that's supposed to hold in place. The problem is, watch it, I can move it. Same thing even on this one here, even on the earthway. There's a star washer on this side, and then there's a smooth bolt on this side. Here's my recommendation. Get another star or lock washer and put it on this side. I'm going to get one and put it on. Just because you can, again, if you pull it back hard on all these spreaders, you can move this thing. So my modification for all spreaders, I would say make sure that you have a double lock washer or double star washer on either side of that control point, just because it has a tendency to slip. Oops, barking dog. Anyways, guys, hope that's helped. I'll be using them both, but again, I'll probably go to this one more often than I will that one. Hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.